Welcome to the Evening Gamer. I'm Taylor.
And I'm Guy. Welcome, everybody.
And that's Guy.
And that is me. And I am welcoming you back again this week.
Yeah, welcome back, listeners.
It's been a while.
Has it?
No.
I know we haven't dropped yet, but I'm really looking forward to our Assassin's Creed review getting out there.
Yeah, I'm keen to get some feedback on that one. It should be interesting.
If you're listening week to week, that might surprise you, that one, actually. I reckon it could.
True. Well, by now, if they're listening in sequential order, they would have heard it already. They would have known.
Yeah, email us, info@theeveninggamer.com.au.
Are we right? Are we wrong? I saw a clip the other day that was talking about the Assassin's Creed journey map, where they're thinking of heading. And they've got a lot of sort of games that they're thinking about releasing over the next sort of 6-7 years.
Like Ubisoft or Assassin's Creed specifically?
Assassin's Creed specifically. Yeah.
What, okay, what's the next? Do we know the next time frame? Do we know the next part of history that they're doing?
No, I have a feeling what they're going to do is revise their journey map though. They have a whole map ahead for what they're going to release within Shadows over the next sort of year or two. But, from what I saw of this YouTube clip, which I think was based from a leak, none of it was making me interested to come back.
If they do DLC for Shadows, surely not. Would that actually pick up, do you think?
Well, I think they'll be the diehard fans, but I don't think it'll pick up to the same amount.
And how late can you do a DLC? How long was Elden Ring? So Elden Rings came out last year, right? Yeah, that did.
I don't know if there's a time limit
so that
on
was,
it.
What, 24 months?
Well, yeah, exactly. Larry's saying hello. But yeah, for example, the Division 2, that one came out a lifetime ago and they've just done a new DLC for that one.
Yeah, right.
So I think it's a question of if gamers are still playing it, and they're working on it, I don't think there is a bit of a time limit for it.
Yeah, fair enough. Hey, here's a question for everyone listening. Have you gone to a gaming convention? And if so, which one? And what would you rate it out of 10?
Have you been to a gaming convention?
I actually haven't. I'm not
I
much
haven't
of a,
either.
But
I've been to a lot of conventions through work, but none of them gaming ones.
I have been to a convention or two, but not a gaming convention.
There you go.
I was at a work convention today for insert industry that I work for.
Yes.
And I just, it was actually decent. Good. The cat, man.
This rogue cat.
So she comes up on the desk and she's like, hi. And then you try and interact with her and she's not having a bar of it.
Good old Larry.
Anyway. Yeah, gaming conventions. Would love to hear any suggestions. Even if it's a Comic-Con. Anything Nerds Amalgamated. I'd love to hear.
I think there is only a handful that occur in Australia. PAX? I think PAX is the name of
that
one.
rings a bell. Yeah.
Not really my scene,
not really my thing, but I'll check it out. What have you been playing?
Well, Expedition 33. I've been playing a fair bit of that and trying to get through it. I'm in the third act now.
Fuck, it plays well, eh?
It does. It really does. It certainly takes some twists. But now I'm kind of in the, what would you call it? Sort of finishing everything off part of the game.
Oh, really?
Sort of, yeah.
Has it gotten better with age or?
Yeah, it has. It definitely has.
You're not going to be happy with me.
What'd you do?
I decided that the weekend would be a great time to create a RuneScape, an old school RuneScape account. And I am fucking addicted, mate. It is so nostalgic for me.
Fair enough, and it holds people, clearly.
It really does.
It's had some sticking power, but, I don't know if you're going to be able to get much content out of doing RuneScape updates on the pod.
It's so progression based. It's so fun. And it's one of those things where it doesn't have to be the only thing you play. It's online. I played it when I was at first when I was 8. So that was in 2001. I remember playing it so distinctly when I was in primary school.
Yeah.
And here I am now, 31, almost 32. Jeez. And I've just created a new account. Couldn't save the old account.
No.
Oh my God, it's good. If you're a RuneScaper, can you send me a DM on Instagram, The Evening Gamer? I want to hear what level you are, okay, and give me some quest suggestions.
Well, our new social media manager is a keen RuneScaper.
Yeah, we have TikTok now and YouTube.
And YouTube. We're expanding our horizons.
We are. The empire, if you can even call it that, it's growing.
Should we talk about the guy who tried to steal our content?
Yeah, we have a mimic. So if you see an Evening Gamer out there that's clearly not us, just report them, would you? It'd be a great help.
Yeah, it's quite rare where you message a scammer saying, hey, can you not replicate our shit? And then respond, how did you find me?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, come on, man. We're gamers, brother. We're always going to find you. I wonder if he's now listening.
Maybe we got a new supporter.
Maybe a new follow-up.
What was his name? Write in. Let us know.
Yeah, email us.
What do you think of the pod?
Welcome to the family.
But yeah, where are we going? So Expedition 33, I've been playing a fair bit of that and really enjoying it. Act 3, it has just gotten better, and I'm loving the sort of, you've even got the French president doing tweets about this game. Like, it's really...
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Emmanuel Macron has said, like, well done, good job.
Well done, good job.
I think so, yeah.
Just between snails, just quick tweet about Expedition 33.
With the state of politics in the world right now, I'm amazed you're surprised by this.
I actually really like the French.
Sure.
They're good people. Paris, you might be surprised, Paris is my favourite city in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
If it had a beach, I'd
in the
live
minority there.
Really?
Yeah.
I fucking love it, man.
Paris is like widely panned. It's like, it's so like the garbage and when we were there, I don't remember it being quite yuck, but a lot of people say it's gotten worse over the last few years.
Oh yeah, it's a human ashtray.
Oh.
I mean, they're all just smoking and no, hang on, don't do that. It's they love to smoke.
They do. They love
just flick it. But I just love their way of life. Well, yes and no. I mean, they're up just having wine at 2 a.m. and then they don't go to work until 10 p.m. I mean, 10 a.m.
Fair.
It's like it's what we do here, just on its head. Anyway, well, yeah. So the prime minister? Do they have a prime minister there? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Emmanuel Macron.
Prime Minister, does he play it?
I don't know if he's played it.
Maybe we should get him on the show.
Hopefully he's got better things to worry about than leveling up
Maella
or whatever her name is.
French have nothing going on, mate.
I don't know about that. Europe's in a state of, militarizing right now.
He can do a quick Zoom with the Evening Gamer.
Yeah, get on the pod, pal.
That's it.
Let us know. Can you speak French?
Very poorly.
Oh, better than me. I've been watching Andor season 2.
Oh, this keeps popping up on my Disney. I'm not sold.
Oh, mate. Let me sell you. Let me sell you.
Is it good, is it?
It's fantastic.
Second season now, isn't it?
Yeah. So, of the most recent Star Wars movies, which one would you say is your favourite? So, you've got the 3 recent trilogy. You got Solo. Then, was there another spin-off? And then there was Rogue One. I'm trying to think
if I have to... Okay, I'm going to answer this in 2 parts. My favourite spin-off and then my favourite movie.
Sure,
but I feel like that's fair because they're 2 different beasts. My favourite spin-off, 100% Mandalorian.
Well, yeah, I mean, let me talk the movies, not the shows.
Oh, whatever. You're speaking about Andor. Wait, is Andor a movie? No, Andor's a show.
It's a show.
Yeah, so we're talking about shows.
Well, okay, yeah, but I'm asking about movies though.
Okay, but Phantom Menace.
Okay, all right. But
everyone always hates me for that answer. I fucking love it.
It's great.
Young Anakin, pod racing.
Pod racing's fantastic. But no, I mean of the more recent movies. So you had the most recent trilogy where they brought back Leia, Han Solo, whole thing.
Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One. So Andor, the show, over its 2 seasons, flows into Rogue One seamlessly. So if you enjoyed Rogue One and you want more of that, this is more of that.
Really?
Yeah.
So like more of the kind of air battles, space fights. Because Rogue One was very much, from memory, there were no Jedi in there. Yeah, no. It's very much post Jedi era.
It's Rebel versus Empire.
Correct,
I don't even think Darth Vader is in it. I can't remember. I think he's in at the very end, when he chases down Leia when she's got the death plans. Anyway.
I think so, yeah.
Anyway. It is, so Andor is probably more around the rebel sort of gaining prominence, and sort of the fight sequences, they're good, but we're not yet quite at the point of there being the full on, that climax of Rogue One is fantastic. I haven't quite seen that in the show. It's sort of obviously a level beneath that, but it's quality TV viewing. If you like Star Wars, it's worth a watch.
Like I get why people were upset with what Disney did there a little bit. Like it's become very much a money machine.
Yeah.
But they have taken some risks, and some of the spin-offs are pretty good. I didn't like the Boba Fett one. I think that flopped. Fell.
Ashoka season 1 wasn't fantastic, but
it was okay. It held me.
Yeah.
It held me. Certainly wasn't. Yeah, I feel like Star Wars. Where it lost its way is like I remember watching the original trilogy as a kid. Like really young kid, because they came out in the 80s, I'm pretty sure, the first one.
The OG ones, yeah.
And they were always really dark.
Yeah.
Like it was meant to be this really gothic kind of themed, no good news kind of films, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's kind of come around to that typical superhero Disney character arc of like good always prevails kind of, which is good in some of those journeys that some of those characters have, but not good in others.
No, I mean,
like what they did to Darth Vader when they brought Luke back in one of those spin-offs wasn't the best, I thought.
Yeah, well, there was the Obi-Wan show spin-off where, he was versing Darth Vader.
That's right.
And that one was also a bit of a kind of thing. But it's...
and they had Ewan McGregor for it as well.
They did. They do bring back the people. But the most recent trilogy, that was where they lost me completely because they had all the keys at their disposal. They had, the girl who played Leia still bouncing around, or at least, some of the footage before she departed.
Yeah.
Then, Harrison Ford was willing to come back. They got everybody back.
Yeah.
And even Mark Hamill, and then they all go see the movie and they're like, come on, guys, what is this?
But I also think that like it's not a trilogy or even a franchise now where you can have your main protagonists having like almost teen angst, which is what I remember. Is it Rey?
Yeah, Rey, yeah.
Rey and also I can't even remember their names, bro. But that's what it was very much like. And it's like, this isn't what the original fan base is all about.
No,
like,
I mean, and it also just didn't seem like they had the right spine, and it's like...
Agreed.
To redo a Death Star all over again, like, and the fact I think they did J.J. Abrams and then they got somebody else in, then Rian Johnson did the third one. I just think that they should have gone with George Lucas's original idea, and stuck the landing.
Yeah, agreed.
Instead of trying to think they could do better than the Master.
Nah, 100%. Here's a question for you. Is Jar Jar Binks a Sith?
Yeah, 100%.
Is he actually? Can I hear this conspiracy theory?
Oh, fuck. I mean, so like...
Well, because he just jeopardized everything at every turn.
Sort of basically, like, I think it's more the fact of like where he pops up and how he latches onto the Jedi, and then, the fact he sort of is able to...
This is just... It's grounded in fandom though, right? Like this isn't...
It's not bona fide. And then I think he ends up being the senator for Naboo, later on down in the third movie. And then he's the one who then brings the thing to the Senate to saying we should completely militarize and close down the Senate. And it's sort of like, he's either an idiot, an absolute cuck who was manipulated, or...
An absolute cuck.
Or he was, sort of a part and parcel of Senator Palpatine's, game plan.
Yeah, I mean...
was in on it.
You got to wonder why they brought him in as a character. Was it just because CGI was there to allow it and they wanted like an alien presence in this kind of...
Yeah, I think...
Otherwise it was a weird inclusion.
Well, I think going back to the original movies, I mean, they had Ewoks in there. They've always had these kind of, odd little...
Mythical beasts kind of,
So strange characters. And he obviously was the silliest, and was largely hated upon the release of those first movies. He was widely hated. And then they obviously gave him lesser parts over the course of the movie, as the movies went on. But now it's just gone legs of its own, and I'd love to see a spin-off where he goes full, and there was recently Fortnite did a Star Wars collab.
I mean, what haven't they done? They've done Minecraft.
And in the trailer, they got Jar Jar Binks with a red lightsaber.
They kind of lent into it. That's funny. So
it is timely to talk about Star Wars because it was May the 4th, recently.
Yes,
and it sort of obviously got a little bit of prominence because Donald Trump released an AI-generated clip of him holding a lightsaber, albeit another red one, which, I feel like he probably should have seen the movies before he starts releasing red lightsaber, meaning you are Sith and the bad guy. But who am I to tell Donald Trump,
Don't even get me started.
The lore of Star Wars.
Don't even get me started.
Yeah, let's not rear into there.
You reckon Andor's worth a watch?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I might go home and start the first episode,
mate. I watched the first season when it came out originally, and to be honest, I kind of chinned it in. I didn't really absorb it massively. So then I was telling Em about it, and she'd watched Rogue One. I was like, you enjoyed Rogue One? Let's watch the show. Put it on her phone within 10 minutes.
Oh, I hate that.
And I then went and watched 12 episodes of season 1, which I'd already seen, just so I could roll straight into season 2, and really enjoyed it. But I was mortally hungover, so
that is fair. I do phones down now, bro. Movies, anything.
Do you confiscate MJ's phone?
Nah, it's just like, what are we doing?
Give it.
It's been phone time up until this point. I reckon phone's down. I've been trying to do that more and more lately.
Yeah.
My Do Not Disturb flicks on at 7 p.m. now.
Oh, wow, that's early.
It is.
Fair.
Yeah. I'm still on it and I'll check, but...
Fair. But the future of Star Wars, I think, does look pretty bright because Jon Favreau, who I'm a huge fan of, the guy has been around in Hollywood for a long, long time.
He did a really good, if you like him as an actor, you should watch his own little kind of TV show around him being a chef called Chef.
I have.
It's decent.
Have you seen the movie?
Yes, I have.
How good's the movie?
So good.
Great movie.
Yeah, he's a feel-good actor.
That Chef movie was so good. And then the TV show where he's like got all his Marvel pals and he's showing them all the stuff. Fantastic.
So good.
So he's like, him and Dave Filoni have largely been operating in the animated universe, which I really got to get into, you know, because like the Clone Wars, all these sort of shows, largely been where Disney's gone, this is quality content, you know, and it's more the TV shows have kind of deviated. And they've obviously done, God, I'm trying to, Bad Batch.
They've done the Ashoka one.
No, I'm trying to think of those ones. They had Jude Law in some show with kids in it. I didn't watch that one. Apparently it was not that bad, but then they also had another one. Geez, I'm trying to remember, but a lot of people said it was really not good. Like
yeah,
it was
right.
Just,
they've just saturated a bit, haven't they?
They've gone overboard, you know. And I mean, that's Disney's way. They kind of get involved and then they just start pumping it out.
It's such a big fucking organization, company, publisher, whatever you want to call it now. It is an absolute beast. And I feel like they have the resources. They have the resources to have projects running simultaneously, which isn't something you see often. They can be making 2 spin-offs for Star Wars at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
that's the production crew
absolutely.
Footprint that they have.
Over the course of the last few years, I mean, they've had, you know, numerous upon numerous productions rolling at the same time. But I hear your point. But I think on the back of their work in the animated cinematic sort of whatever universe of Star Wars, they're being given the keys to the kingdom a lot more. So the content, I think, from here on out should probably increase.
Do you reckon they've made it back on whatever they acquired Lucasfilm for already?
Oh, probably.
You reckon?
I mean, when they released those 3 terrible ones, largely, I'm sure they made it back at that point in time.
Yeah.
You know,
they would have had a lot of people rock
else.
up for those. Yeah. Yeah, right. Andor. Okay.
I did recently go to the movies and saw Sinners.
It's a bit of a lost start, isn't it? Going to the old theatres.
Going to the movies,
every time I go to the movies, but I sit down and go, oh, fuck, this is actually fun.
Yeah, I love
it's
going to
fun
the
every
movies.
time.
I love it. You know, you get a box of popcorn.
I live like 500 metres away from I was about to say Dimmicks. Lol.
Dimmicks?
No, theatre. Fucking what's the name of them, eh?
A Dendy?
Nah, bro.
Event Cinemas.
Yes, the red one.
Wow, okay.
Because for me, when I was a kid, it was Greater Union. But anyway, every time, bro, sit down. It's so much fun. What'd you say?
Sinners, and it's Michael B. Jordan. I recommend it. Worth a watch. I sort of avoided trailers, like I've mentioned in the past. Didn't want to ruin it for myself. Went into the movie, and I got to be honest, I probably had one too many wines before I saw the movie. And when you're drunk...
It's pretty standard for you these days.
I'm loving the red wine. I'm smashing it.
15 years me and Kyle tried to get you on wine.
Well, a lager. I'm a lager man. But now...
Until you met your latest
now I like
heartthrob.
Yeah, well, she's pumping me with red wines. It's great. So Sinners, recommend it. Worth a watch. It's one of a recent movie which they've filmed on a number of different cameras, so you can actually go see it in IMAX and like get the full visual experience of it.
How good.
But yeah, like, you know, good violence, good story, good acting, good soundtracks.
Well, how you led the way there with good violence.
Well, I mean, they're more often than not the movies I like to go see.
That is very true. Also, my apologies for calling you a heartthrob.
She is a heartthrob.
Okay.
Anyway, so...
Dude, news though, because this is a rant.
Oh, it is too.
Unless you haven't finished your point, GTA delay.
GTA delay, that was at the top of our list. I was sort of just giving a life update really of what I've done recently. So yeah, GTA
so
was
Sinners,
pushed back.
Hang on, let's backtrack. Sinners. Okay, so you got Andor and Sinners for me. I've written them down.
Yeah, recommendations. Also, you could go see Thunderbolts, which is the next one in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, right.
Which apparently is
the
a lot of...
next one.
The ratings on it are really high. A lot of people are saying it's really quite good, but surprisingly, it doesn't quite, from what I've heard, fit the mold of the MCU kind of movies. A lot of them follow a very similar kind of MacGuffin-y bad guy, you know, how does it slot in? You know, it's kind of all lost its way, whereas this one tends to right the ship a little bit and maybe set up the next sort of journey of the MCU.
Needed a little correction there, I reckon.
Definitely. And I mean, they've got Fantastic Four, you know, in the cards and coming up soon as well.
Do they have Alba still in the Fantastic Four?
No, Jessica Alba has not made the cut, my friend.
I will not be seeing that.
Yeah, I don't know if the replacement is quite the draw factor that Jessica Alba was.
They had what was it, Gal Gadot? She was Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, yeah.
And then they also did the Mrs. Superman. Was it Superwoman or she was called something else?
The TV show?
Nah, the movie. And it was Brie, what's her face?
Oh,
anyway.
You're talking about Marvel, Miss Marvel.
That's the one.
And that one was dogged as well. That was one of the biggest flops in cinema history was the Marvel, Miss Marvel's ones, yeah.
Not renewed.
It was really bad.
Oh, dear.
I know. Anyway, GTA pushed back. They also released a trailer, which I feel like was them being like, yeah, we pushed it back, but here's a trailer.
No, fucking they've lost me. I'm off it.
Have you watched the trailer, though?
You delay games for 6 months of this year, and then you fist everyone by pushing the game again. No, fuck you, man.
Well, I don't know if I'm quite that brutal on it because, okay, yes, they said they were going to release it. A lot of people were holding off. Now they've pushed it back, so I think it's actually going to bring forward a lot of release dates because now they've got clear air for it. So I think we will see a slew of announcements of Little Nightmares. All these ones you've been waiting for are going to start getting announced pretty soon and probably fall into this calendar year.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It frees up, as you said, the airspace for drops that are still pretty anticipated. Yeah. That I'm absolutely excited for, but it's sad that it's May and we were promised it this year. That's definitely how it came across. You know, like originally last year, everyone was waiting and then the announcement came out for this year and it's been the talk of the town. They dropped the trailer. They got 1 billion views. And I don't know, like it just puts you offside a little bit because you were like, hey, I'm going to get to play GTA 6 this year. And now it's like, actually, it's more than 12 months away again.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you know, I hear what you're saying. I was excited to play it back end of this year. I'm glad I didn't book my leave in advance. You know, now it's next year. So be it. You know, we'll play it when we get to it. I'm just enjoying all the other games that we've currently got at our fingertips. And then we've got Doom, Dark Age. Then we've got Night Rain dropping this month.
Night Rain in a matter of weeks.
You know, and like, geez, it's you know, there's an Ark Raiders, another one I want to get my hands into. I've still got to make my way through Oblivion. I'm still doing Expedition 33. Like
Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter. My time is very much gamed up. You know, I've got
100%.
And I love it when you know you've got your sequence of events. If you go, right, I'm going to finish this one, I'm going to play that one, then I'm going to play that one, and you've got it mapped out.
It's kind of like when you pick up like a series of books that's already been written and you really enjoy the first one. You're like, I can just go seamlessly onto the second one. In fact, there's nothing better than getting into like a TV show late.
Yeah, and just having the whole thing to watch. Yeah.
And you're like, I got 4 seasons of this.
So I got bought the Wheel of Time book series, and the show is currently on Amazon with, I can never remember the woman's name in it. And you know, we watched the first season of the TV show and now I'm reading the book, and the TV show is it's like a B+ show, but everybody says the book series is S tier, like fantastic series to read. And I'm reading it and I'm just like, I've watched this, and watching it, the moments were so much less impactful than reading it in the book, but it's just kind of sullied it a little bit that you're like, I've done a whole season. I'm just now about to read a fucking tome of, you know, what in essence I've already watched. It's one of those like...
I always go book first, man.
I know, but like I just kind of didn't have it on my list that I was going to read the books. But then the more I kind of researched it, I was like, it's one of those book series that like you should read in your life kind of thing.
Yeah, I've been doing the Lycanius.
Yeah.
I've also done the Kingslayer by Patrick Rothfuss.
Nice.
He's a dick, bro. He dropped 2 of the best books, 2 of the best fantasy books I've ever read in my life. The second is 1,000 pages. In the last day of reading that, I got through 350. I literally read it for an entire day.
Nice.
And finished it, had a headache afterwards and slept fucking really well.
Okay.
But to do that, to kind of drop these books, to make it such a good story, to build a fan base that essentially makes you who you are, makes you rich, and then not finish it off is, as an artist, the biggest faux pas you can make.
What's his reasoning for not finishing it?
He just doesn't want to release it yet. He's like, no, I finished the book. And everyone's like, cool. It's been like 15 years.
Yeah, right. I mean, this is George R. R. Martin all over again, really. You know, I don't know what it is about these people who release these books and then just kind of fall flat at the end.
And, you know, it's to the point now where it's like, give me a season 8 or was it season 7 of Game of Thrones? I don't care if it's bad. I just want to finish it now, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, I mean, of course I'd be upset if it was bad, but like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean.
It's all retch, no vomit. And I don't like that. for lack of a better saying.
Oh my word.
Yeah, but you're right. GTA delay. It's so weird. I had a stomach drop when I saw the update for that.
Did you?
It was almost like getting a bad mark.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, "You're kidding."
Oh.
I just thought, "You're fucking kidding me, man!" Like,
I just kind of saw it and was just like, okay, like you know,
you're dealing with this a lot better than I am.
I mean, you're not rupturing my life any which way, you know. That is just sort of okay. They pushed it back, so be it. It's not like I'm punching my card at the end of this year or something. I'm not going to make it the next.
I feel like in my book of strikes, if I even have a strike book, Rockstar's added a few to them lately. Just with this anyway, bring the game out, man. Come on.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm happy to wait until they make it good. Have you seen there's like all these things talking about it's going to be like the next NFT market?
For what though?
So
for like what, skins or like those little
basically
artworks?
Like, you know, in GTA Online, you know, at the moment you've got the cars, the houses, the this, all the toys that come with it. So they're saying with the next GTA, they're going to have sort of a live, I don't know, service trader, currency trader, you know, where you in essence could do a whole bunch of missions, earn up to, I don't know, fucking $100,000, buy a yacht, and then sell it to somebody else in game on the online marketplace. And it's going to have its own economy, you know, and it's going to, because of the sheer quantity of people who are going to play that game, it's going to be a self-sufficient market.
Before I put my mic in my mouth, that is the dumbest, the dumbest fucking thing I've heard.
Fair.
This NFT market, I saw a Simpsons episode on it the other day. What are we doing?
I mean, the NFT market was what I loved so much about that whole moment in time was all these celebrities got mad into it, and like Logan Pauls and all the fucking KSIs, and they all got their monkey sort of NFT, and then within 2 months it was worth like it was 1,000% less than what they purchased it for.
Yeah, it's got to be if you spoke to any investment manager of anything, they'd be like, please don't do that.
I mean, it's a pure risk. You know, obviously
it holds no tangible value
that much. But
at all.
Gary Vee, I don't know if you've ever come across Gary Vee. He was big for a while. He's dropped off a little bit on my social media, but he's sort of one of these, you know, finance guru kind of guys and goes around doing talks. And, you know, he was mad on it. He was raving about it to everybody. And I think it falling flat probably lessened his light a little bit.
You know, to be fair, if we're selling them to these YouTube fuckboys and taking money off them, let's do it. Actually, no, full circle, 360, change of energy. Let's do it. NFTs. Let's spread the wealth.
There was a moment where I said to my brother, and he's a bit of an artist, of saying, why don't you draw up 12 of these fucking NFTs and then we'll tokenize it and see what happens.
And
if they pop, why not?
Yeah.
You know,
and
why
just
not?
see, yeah. Make it one of its kind, like the only of its kind kind of thing.
Yeah. Jeez. Do you have a rant topic for us today, my friend?
I was just going to speak about a couple of recent drops that I found on Game Pass.
Oh, yeah.
Which have like swooped me off my feet, kind of.
Fair.
One of them is South of Midnight.
Yeah. So
free
you
for download.
Started playing it?
On Game Pass. I'm pretty tied up with some other games.
You started this by saying swept off my feet.
I have started. And the reason why
your eyes were swept.
The reason why I say swept off my feet is the gameplay's really fluid in South of Midnight. And it's actually got a storyline that gets straight into it and kind of just hooks you.
Yeah, fair.
The combat feels really nice. You run into enemy types you've like really never. It gives me the Remnant vibes. Very much so.
Okay. So my missus has started playing it, and she like sort of. I was sitting down, and because she plays, you know, fucking RuneScape, I was saying, play something else. Come on, like, you know, it's
hard to put RuneScape down, bro.
There's a lot of other games out there.
RuneScape has this. Is what I say about old school RuneScape. It has two things that going for it that are just so well aligned with how gamers are psychologically and achievement based wired.
Yeah.
The progression system's one.
Yeah.
It cornerstoned the idea of grind. Of grinding a game
RNG,
and it being worth it. You grind RuneScape and you go from this peasant who can do nothing to this dragon slayer that can take on any quest. Like that is gaming 101.
Yeah.
And the other thing it does so well, actually two more things. One of them is RNG. The random number generator in that is addictive.
Right.
Like when you go into combat, you can get anywhere between 1 damage point, and when you get like a really high damage point, it feels so good because that progression is there.
Sure.
And the other thing is like the online online trade community, like how you generate currency in that game, is so fucking exciting.
I mean, we were just talking about self-sufficient markets, and RuneScape has their whole thing. Em's taken me through it. But I mean, she talks to me about this, and like, I'm a story gamer.
You know,
it's quite rare that I'll do a grindy game. You know, we obviously talked Destiny, and that had elements of grind about it. But so I'm telling her, going like, come on, play something else. And
I agree, play something else.
Yeah, so I got her into Bridge of Kina, which was a Sony game that came out a little while back. And it was one of these games that when you watch the trailer for it, you go, that's sort of an age 9 to maybe 17 game. You know, like it doesn't come across like it'll be, I don't know, it's for that age group basically.
Yeah.
It's kind of charactered, animated sort of stuff. Anyway, so I played it through, and the reason why I played it was a lot of people were saying that the combat in it is actually almost of a sort of watered down Elden Ring style, that you come across bosses, and the bosses are actually, the timing to beat those bosses is like a fucking Dark Souls-esque kind of thing, but more marketed to maybe that age group. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good game. So I got her onto it. She was hooked, played the whole game through, really enjoyed it. And a lot of it had these like shadowy creatures in it, of like this kind of fluidy thing. And South of Midnight looks to be the natural progression of that kind of game. So I got her onto it. She started playing it, and she was saying it's really enjoyable. And
that's what gripped me about is the fluid combat. Yeah. And it is. It certainly South of Midnight feels. I mean, movement's a huge thing in the game, which isn't a massive thing in like things like Elden Ring. I mean, movement is a part of it, but you're not like teleporting around the map, right?
Sure.
Whereas like South of Midnight's a little bit more like that. But the combat is super fluid. The other game that's really grabbed me is Blueprints.
Yep.
This is a game you can spend...
A puzzle one. This is a puzzle one with the rooms.
And it's straight up puzzle.
Yeah.
But it has a pretty solid storyline at the back of it. Like you're this kid who's inherited this massive kind of like estate mansion from essentially one of his... I think it's his grandfather, something like that. And the only way you can keep the mansion in your name is by finding this secret room that he's hidden somewhere amongst the house. Except the house is like a... Oh geez, it's like
a haunted mansion.
It's like it's like an 8x6 grid that starts off with 3 passageways when you walk through the front doors. But when you go up to a door, it gives you 3 options as to what room you want to build, and you have to build your way through the house.
Right.
You have steps that are allocated to you, so every time you enter into a new room, it takes a step away from you. You have 60 steps at the beginning of the day. When they run out, it's finished. So like it's very much like for me. It's very much the one that Mobius Digital Outer Wilds. It's very much like I'll do a run through and I'll learn as much as I can.
Yeah.
Because I have to like switch on power in one particular room, which means I have to build that room every time. I'm going to find items throughout my run. There's a locker or a safe that I have to build where I can store items for my next run through.
The more you're talking about it, the less I'm interested to play it. And not like you're not doing a great job of selling it, but it's just that like I can picture myself going into a room, realizing I've done fucking 4 steps wrong and I can't work out the puzzle, and then spitting chips that I have to do the whole thing fucking over again.
It's a detective game.
Yeah.
It even says somewhere in one of your first couple of run-throughs, it's like, you should grab a pen and paper.
Oh, really?
It doesn't store what's happened to you anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, they say the same thing for Expedition 33. It doesn't store anywhere where you have to go back and like deliver quest items and shit like that.
Yeah, and it doesn't have like a player log per se, where it's like you did this that day.
Yeah.
You found the safe code. Here's the safe code. Like it won't give you that, so you need to kind of write it down. If you're not into that, then I wouldn't bother. But if you are, and it's a nice, easy play. There's no real stressful moments. Nothing's chasing it. It's just you, your brain, a couple of puzzles, opening new rooms, figure it out. But the storyline develops quite well. Yeah. There's a lot of hidden areas that aren't immediately obvious. And like, I think the other week I must have sunk, I sat there for maybe 4 or 5 hours just doing run-throughs.
Yeah, I feel like it sounds like a good game to do like on a fucking cheese and wine night.
100%. Like actually, yes.
That sounds pretty fun.
But you'd all have to be there from the beginning because you'd have to walk before you can run together. Like you can't be running and try and explain the game to someone else. You have to start it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm just looking at an excuse to drink more wine. But anyway.
And cheese. Red wine doesn't go with cheese though, brother. You got to switch up to like a Semillon or a Sav.
Mate, red wine goes with everything.
Get a Pinot Grigio in there. Remember when we were recommending red wine to you? You should listen to these recommendations about white wine, guy.
I just like red.
Okay.
Give me your finest
redemption.
red.
Oh, but then that's the other. I had another announcement. I'm a little bit late to this one, but No Man's Sky, they've done their 17th expedition. Their turnaround for these expeditions is crazy good.
It is, yeah.
They have such a well-oiled machine, such a good, positive gaming community that's all about that game. So if you're a No Man's Skyer, they did a big update called Relics, and they've also done their 17th expedition, which, if it's like any of the other expeditions, will give you great new loot, great new in-game currency. So I'll be hitting that up for sure as well.
Yeah, I mean, the graph that you can see with No Man's Sky of like release, full player count through the floor, and then the redemption arc back up with the releases of all these other DLCs. You know, it's one of the most fantastic sort of stories of gaming lore.
Yeah, and I think to have a game that can survive for so long is a real testament to how fluid they've been in listening to their community. And I noticed this on RuneScape as well. Like, that's a game that's been around now for coming up to 30 years. And the reason why is No Man's Sky develops feedback through Zendesk.
Right.
And they actually have it on their website, like, hey, you all told us this through Zendesk. We've made these changes. Here's the bug fixes. Like, that's such a good reactive way to keep the game going. They do something similar in RuneScape. Everyone votes on whether or not something should enter the game. Well, I should say everyone votes. Only people over level 70, so like the OGs, can vote on what comes into the game because they want to keep that old school RuneScape element in the game. So if something gets vetoed, they chuck it out.
Yeah, right.
And that's...
I do like that of sort of the community voting on the content that's going to go into their game, you know, because sometimes the best ideas come from your market research and people who are actually in the game.
Well, yeah, like back when I was a little younger and like everyone has that period where they try and start their own companies or like have a few ideas for apps or products, right? And I watched this YouTube video once of this guy who was a bit of an entrepreneur, and he said the biggest mistake that people make is trying to make a product that they would like.
Yeah.
Instead of actually pivoting constantly and adapting and creating something and ending up with an end product that everyone else likes. It's all good to have your own vision of something, but if no one's going to play it or buy it, what's the point in having a product?
Well, yeah, exactly.
So you need to be fluid. And it's still to this day probably the best advice that I've heard if you're going to venture onto something new. It's like, let people guide you. You know, you will end up with something, you know, something that can be consumed because people enjoy the changes you're making to it.
Especially if the feedback is like unanimous, you know. I mean, if
Absolutely.
it's a few lone individuals, then they may not be right. But if the you know, and that's why the voting sounds fantastic. That if the majority rules, why not?
And that's the thing. And like with No Man's Sky, in the case of Hello Games, you'll end up with a game that you're like, it doesn't matter if our player count drops here this month or that month. We know that if we release a new expedition and we've tied in all the feedback we've gotten, people will come back and play our game, and that'll keep driving our business. So,
too true. Are you more excited for Night Rain or for Doom Dark Ages?
Oh, that is a close call. I'm excited for both for different reasons.
Got to pick one.
I got to pick one.
I'm making pick one.
I'll say Night Rain.
Night Rain, yeah.
I'll say Night Rain just comes up over the top because it's going to bring back Party Up Gaming, which has been severely lacking in my calendar lately.
Yeah, true.
A lot of the time I'm gaming and just chatting on Discord.
Fair.
To people, not playing the same game. Whereas I think Night Rain, is it 3s or 4s or whatever it is, it's going to bring back getting a couple mates into the party.
Have you checked out like the various characters they're releasing and stuff?
I've actually just been flat out with a few other things.
Fair.
RuneScape being one of them. But I should definitely check out classes and stuff. God. I mean, got a couple of weeks now, so I still got to finish my 6th run of Elden Ring as well.
I think I'd encourage you maybe to put down the MMORPG of RuneScape as well as replaying Elden Ring for the 7th time.
You know what it is?
Break some new ground.
You know what it is? It's like I'm an early riser now. Fuck, there's a lot of time in the morning, man.
I noticed that I get a fuck ton of reels from you when I first wake up.
Like 4:45 in the morning, I'm just sat on. When I work from home, if I'm up at that time, I go for a walk, have a coffee, and then if I've kind of prepped well for work, I will jump on a game for like 90 minutes.
Yeah, nice. That's pretty good.
So the evening gamer is now the daybreak morning gamer.
The morning gamer.
Nah, evening game for life. I still love gaming in the afternoon and evening, Such a good way to finish the day. It's quiet. There's no traffic outside.
Yeah.
Most people are going to bed.
I was churning through games at a bit of a rate there, but now my life's gotten busy again. I've sort of fallen back. And also, like, fucking, if you get into a TV show, that's your evening activities.
Mate, once you get past 30, you have to choose where to spend your time.
Oh, yeah.
And
I mean, imagine fitting in a child into the mix.
You have to drop a hobby.
I mean, what am I going to do? Am I going to have kids or am I going to keep playing video games? Like, what am I going to do?
See, I reckon for the first 2 years of life, I reckon you could still get away with gaming quite a bit when you had a kid. Because think about it, they'll have you up.
Depends on the woman you marry.
That's so true. But like,
that's so sexist.
Yeah, that's Jesus. He's thrown his pen across the. Oh no, it's his phone. He's thrown his phone across the room in disgust of himself. No, but like your baby cries.
You agreed.
Your baby. I know I shouldn't have. You caught me off guard. I panicked. I fucking clenched a little bit. And
you into it.
Just went with my default response. But your baby will have you up at like 2 a.m. and you're like, you know what? Just get one of those chest straps. Feed the baby, strap it to your chest and get a controller on while it dozes off again.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if it sets very good habits for the child though.
There's just you and the baby at 7 a.m. Just head back over the couch. You're passed out. Both of you drooling.
I saw a thing the other day.
Fucking the theme music for Night Range just playing on repeat in the background.
I saw a thing the other day that this guy got his young son to mine for him in RuneScape, and like it was like
child labour.
Yeah, exactly. Terrible.
Yeah, I mean that is a grind, man. Some people use AutoClick. I had a guy come up to me the other day in game, was like, hey, do you want 500k? And I was like, no.
Did you get conned?
No, I was just like, nah, bro, I'd rather grind.
Yeah, right.
My scam-o-meter did go off a little bit, but even if it was legit, I wouldn't have taken it.
Yeah, fair. I'm just remembering my experience with WoW.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, fair. We had any write-ins? I feel like Iron Cowboy wrote in and let us know about GTA being delayed.
He did, mate. Yeah, we're all over it. Love your updates, though. Happy Easter to you as well. A bit belated.
Yeah, nice to hear from you.
Yeah.
And there was somebody on Instagram who was saying they were really enjoying the pod. I didn't sort of read too much into that one, but it was a nice message just saying that she I think was enjoying the pod. It's nice to see that we.
I think old Bobby
catered
that's
to.
off the top of my head. So if that's, I'll do a corrections next week if that's not your handle.
Okay, all right. Wow.
But yeah, thanks for all the support. Loving it. If this is your first episode, welcome. Hope you enjoyed it. This is definitely a one and done kind of rant.
Indeed. I mean, next week, hopefully we'll be back to doing a review. We might do Split Fiction. That's been on my list that we got to get done.
Split Fiction, Little Nightmares, The Last of Us.
Is Little Nightmares coming out
Expedition
soon?
33. These are some of the games.
The back catalogue of the number one.
Yeah.
Right.
These are some of the games you can expect reviews on. I've also been doing Death Stranding. So if there's anyone, I might actually send out a Spotify question. If you're listening on Spotify, have a vote for what the next episode should be.
Sure.
We can remain pretty fluid, but how good is that? We've done it again. Thanks for being here.
This
is all for you. This isn't for Guy.
Well, this just allows me to chat shit for 45 minutes once a week.
But most importantly, don't be an NPC.
Keep leveling up.
Thanks, everyone.